Hello everyone and welcome to this machine learning playlist. Today we are covering an important topic, so whether you're someone who is absolute beginner or you have some experience with machine learning, this playlist has been designed in such a way that it will be easy to follow for everyone. Also packed with lots of values and information, and it will be really helpful for you, especially if you're preparing for a machine learning based job role like data analyst or data scientist. So please subscribe to the channel and drop a like below to support our work. And without any further delay, let's get started with today's topic. Alright, so today we are covering the topic of R-square and adjusted R-square. Really important within the field of machine learning and really important for your interviews as well. So I request you to pay your attention over here, and without any further delay, let's get started. So mostly with the machine learning problems, we will have two types of use cases. First will be a regression problem and second would be classification problems. Type of regression problem would be where you will be given some features and depending upon that, you will have to predict for a target variable. For example, depending upon how much a candidate has scored in his interview, you will have to predict that how much salary he should be getting. On the other hand, example of few classification problems would be where you are trying to make a decision or classify between two classes. For example, let's say given an email, you need to classify whether it is a spam or a ham. Or given the data for a patient, you need to predict or classify whether he has cancer or not, something like that. And let's say once you are done implementing your machine learning model for a classification problem, the methods to evaluate the model would be checking the accuracy, precision, recall, or F-beta score. These are the methods that we have not covered so far within this playlist, but soon we will cover all of these one by one. On the other hand, let's say you can be asked in your interview that how do you evaluate your regression model, or how do you check the goodness of the best fit line that is created by your regression model. And exactly at that time, you need to understand that you are being asked about the concept of R-square and adjusted R-square. So let's try to understand them one by one. Moving along with this playlist, we are already familiar with this data set where we have only one feature, which is R studied per week, and the target variable is marks obtained. So depending upon this feature, we need to predict for this target variable. And we have seen in the lecture of linear regression that how the algorithm helps us to draw a best fit line that will go across the entire data set and can help us to predict for the target variable. But let's assume for a minute that you have not been given any feature at all and you have been randomly asked for a given student that how much he can score in the exam or how much marks he can obtain. A very simple or usual approach that might come to your mind that you will simply do the average of all the students and that will be your final guess or your final response. So let's say that average number is falling somewhere over here, and considering that average value, I am drawing another straight line, which will of course not perform as good as the straight line drawn by the linear regression model. But for a guess, this is the best that we can do, taking the average from all the observation. Now let's study both these prediction lines one by one. Let's start first with this average straight line. With respect to this straight line, you can see the loss is too much. The difference between the actual value and this particular straight line is actually too much. However, on the other side, if you try to observe the straight line drawn by a machine learning model or a linear regression model, then the difference between the actual values and the predicted values is not that much. It is definitely less than the difference or the loss with respect to this straight line, this average straight line. And this is pretty much it that you need to understand as we move ahead to break down the formula for R-square. The formula says 1 minus sum of squared error for the residual of the straight line drawn by the machine learning model divided by sum of squared error of the average line. It essentially means is at the numerator part on the top, we have the total loss or cost with respect to this straight line drawn by the model, and at the denominator we have the total error or the total cost with respect to this straight line, which is the average straight line. And as you can understand so far, the value of the total error at the denominator will be greater than the value at the numerator part. And since the denominator is far greater than the numerator, this entire value becomes a really small value that we need to subtract from 1. And let's assume this gives you a final value of 0.8 or 0.7, anything. Now, what does this mean? It means that the feature that we have, for example, here we have hours studied per minute. I beg your pardon, hours studied per week. This feature can help us to predict the marks obtained or the target variable by 80% accuracy. Or you can say this feature is 80% responsible for the change in the target variable. Rest of the 20% might be coming from a different feature if we have, but that is definitely not explained by this feature. As simple as that. And let's say that we have the value of r square as 0.1. Then it means that the feature that we have, it is only 10% helpful in order to predict the target variable or the dependent variable for us, which means we can simply discard this feature. It is not that important for us in order to predict the outcome, which essentially means the greater value you have for your r square, the better your line is performing, which is drawn by your machine learning model. Fair enough, very helpful as well. But this r square formula has some limitation as well. If we pay attention to the formula and observe very carefully, then you will see that the formula is created in such a way that if we keep on adding more number of features, then this value at the numerator part will start increasing. Why? Because we keep on adding the features which are useless, which are not helping us in order to predict the outcome. That outcome could be the marks obtained by a student, or let's say the price of a house. And let's say the feature that we are including further in the model in order to predict the price of the house, those features are something like this, like the number of trees around the house that you're trying to predict the price for, something like that. In a nutshell, that feature is not helpful in order to predict the price. In that case, this numerator part, this value will start increasing because the straight line drawn by the machine learning model will not perform well. However, this will start decreasing the value from the denominator part, and as a result this entire value starts becoming bigger and bigger, and at that time you will have a risk of very less value of your r square. In fact, it can even go lesser than 0. In fact, this is a question that I have been asked multiple times in my interviews, that is it possible that the r square value of your model goes below 0? Then of course it is possible, but it also means that your model is performing really poor and it has included some useless features for training which was not required or which can simply be avoided for a better performance. And this is why, in order to tackle this issue, the concept of adjusted r square comes into the picture. So the formula of r square says 1 minus r square, which is nothing but the r square that we have studied earlier, multiplied by n minus 1. And this n is nothing but the number of features that you are using for the training purpose, divided by n, which is number of features, minus p, which is number of records for your data set. Let's say how many variables, how many records that you have, how many rows you have within your data set. That is denoted by this p, minus 1. And this entire formula essentially means that the more number of features you will include for the training of your machine learning model, this part from the denominator will start increasing, and hence the value of your adjusted r square will be penalized accordingly. So this will help you to make sure that you include only those features which are actually helpful in order to predict the target variable. And these are the two popular methods in order to evaluate your regression model. So I hope that you were able to gain some understanding around this topic of r square and adjusted r square, and you will be confident enough to answer any question from this topic coming in any given interview. Thank you very much for your time today.